Yeah, despite having a very public stance against guns in Minecraft, they did just announce a Nerf gun DLC in collaboration with Nerf, but it's not the only thing they've announced this week because they have a collaboration with Dungeons and Dragons, as well as the Minecraft Live mob vote having its mobs revealed at a specific time, including a very strong hint of what one of them's going to be. This certainly has been an exciting week to be following Minecraft news, and so hello, I'm AbYXToyCat, welcome back to Q&A Saturday, and you might recall that Minecraft has a big list of ideas which they've specifically said will never be added to Minecraft, that they are issues that the team has discussed and decided the idea and concept are not a fit for Minecraft for various reasons, and one of the first things on the page is that guns, all forms of guns and any suggestions containing guns are not allowed. They are classified as a solid no if it can be classified as a gun at all. This is something that goes even further because, as Nephalanjo references, Mojang has something called gunpowder, but if you put guns on your server, they'll ban your IP, and this is in fact true. They sent out a EULA enforcement notice to Grand Theft Minecraft specifically for having an assault rifle and a sniper rifle in the game because these are specific references to real-life firearms. This is something that's banned in all sorts of places, from the marketplace to public servers to basically anything within Minecraft's remit, and a lot of people think it's over the top, but some people actually do like it, like Nusha Sheep saying, I absolutely love that there's no guns in Minecraft. Some people do think it's a very safe place as a result. However, where this gets a little bit wild is when Minecraft says, those epic Nerf battles you've always dreamed of, they're coming, blast into Nerf World, and then has this trailer. First of all, I need to say, what the heck is that Nerf Ender Dragon? If this wasn't a PR piece they're doing for collaboration, I would be seriously questioning what's going on with the Ender Dragon, but this is in fact something they're doing basically to promote Nerf. Nerf are paying them a lot of money and allowing them to use their IP, and in exchange they're going to get a lot of Minecraft people learning about Nerf. It's the same thing that every cool brand tries to do with brand collabs now, so there is the Mr. Beast Nerf gun, for example, which doesn't even fire Nerf pellets as best I can tell, but the idea is simple, like yes, if you collab with different brands, you'll be really successful. But why are Minecraft breaking their rule on guns to allow Nerf guns inside of Minecraft? The cynical answer to this question is of course money. There is a lot on the line, not just for Minecraft, but for the marketplace partner, and it is of course a big event which will promote the game in its own way, so it's something that is of course very money motivated, but obviously this is technically not a Nerf gun they're adding to Minecraft. They specifically are just saying Nerf and Nerf World, and they're going to be firing Nerf pellets from these Nerf weapons. Nerf really tries to get away from calling them Nerf guns now, by the way. They're called Nerf blasters or the Nerf rifle or anything like that, but they try to avoid real life weapon terms for very obvious reasons, and so this is a very sensitive issue that they're just choosing to, ignore by saying, well, it's not actually a gun, it's just something that fires a little plastic, and this seems very hypocritical because people would say, wait a minute, so you can't fire fake weapons on a Minecraft server, you're firing fake bullets effectively where people fake die, but you can fire fake bullets from the real world on a Minecraft server, so you can fire fake bullets, and those are allowed to kill people, which is no doubt what's going to happen in Nerf World. Doesn't that feel a little bit like we're just making our values up as we go along? And the answer is, to me, that's how it seems, but I think for a lot of people, there is a wider cultural issue, especially in the United States of America, where Mojang is increasingly getting its political values from, where obviously guns are a big thing, and people are trying to distance themselves from them in as many ways as they can, but there are differences between shooting each other and shooting each other with fake bullets to make the idea fun again, even though a water pistol or a Nerf gun are based on a regular gun. It's just, what if these shot fun things instead? In a way, there is a real argument that these things are furthering gun culture, but if people do not care about them, then ultimately it doesn't matter. And to see the exact same example, think about Minecraft. There are all sorts of violence that you can't have in Minecraft, and you can't have guns specifically, but as a con stipulation puts it, they may take our guns, but they'll never take our villager sex dungeons, and this is exactly true. You can't harm animals for gain in Minecraft, but you can harm villagers by locking them in concentration-style camps exclusively for their trading benefit, and that's a-okay as a part of Minecraft they specifically design in, because culturally, no one cares. There aren't major problems with sex dungeons, and if it still seems incredibly hypocritical to you, just remember, when there's a lot of money on the line between corporations, the lines that culture tends to exist on tend to get bent just a little bit more than they otherwise would. And while we're on the subject of DLC, Jared Jensen 5441 says, so when is the D&D DLC coming out? If you don't know, this was originally announced 5 months ago. Here is my community post from the time where they said that was releasing soon. However, then they stopped talking about it and they refused to acknowledge the DLC whatsoever until the Minecraft Monthly came out this week, where they announced this.
Yes, Dungeons & Dragons, or D&D for short, or D for even shorter, or D for shortest, is the worldwide phenomenon that's coming to Minecraft, or M for short. Explore iconic locations in the Forgotten Realms like Icewind Dale and Candlekeep, battling beholders, mimics, and more. Choose your class, unlock classic spells, and ace ability checks to escape sticky situations. This D&D DLC is available on September 26th. There will also be an actual play live stream on September 28th featuring Minecraft content creators playing a unique D&D adventure.
There are many dangers when you adventure.
Dungeons & Dragons has so much overlap with Minecraft, and I can't wait to see it coming to Minecraft in, wait a minute, that said literally 2 days from now. Tuesday we'll be able to play that. I am very excited, and I will be definitely playing around with it. They're doing something, it sounds like, with Minecraft content creators and D&D on Thursday, which to me sounds like a match made in heaven. I think this DLC is going to be so fun, because Minecraft and D&D both have that spirit of basically do whatever you want, and so I am actually excited for this in a way that I haven't been for a while for one of these weird collabs. Is it going to be good? I don't know till Tuesday, but what I think actually happened here, if you're curious as to why there was such a big delay, I would guess that the original release date was planned so they could tie it into the Dungeons & Dragons movie, but then they realized that either the map wasn't going to be done in time, or they wanted to tie it into Dungeons & Dragons more broadly, and regardless of whether it was linked to the movie or not, it was going to seem like, you know, I didn't want to play it very much at the time because it sounded like it was going to be a game based on a movie which is based on a game, which doesn't sound very fun. I know a lot of people love those, but it seems real dumb to me. So yeah, it's fun to me that they have decided to revisit it, and let's see how that goes. By the way, also in this same Minecraft Monthly, they announced, you know, they had a lot of hints about ducks coming to Minecraft, which is interesting because they do say specifically that in the first week of October, we'll be learning about the brand new mobs we can vote on at Minecraft Live. And so Rangers and Peeps has the great idea of, well, if we're adding ducks to the game, why not add bundles and ducks and call it the Quacks and Sacks update? And that seems like as good of a work in progress title as any for 1.21, and so that's what we'll call it. But in case you're worried about like, oh no, this is going to be the start of a civil war, because every single time there's a vote, there's a big debate about what should be added and how everyone else is done. And although I think debate is actually healthy, I think a way that they, you know, they're always working on improving these, so they worked out not adding hostile mobs to them, make sure that people won't be too angry about it. And something else that's smart is, well, given the hints they've made about how, well, there's birds, bees, and insects which do pollination, and we now have a lot of insects in Minecraft, we have a lot of fish in Minecraft, for example, but we don't have many birds. Maybe it will be an all-bird mob update, or even they could go a step further, as just a pure idea here, they could make it free versions of a similar mob. So instead of losing out on the Rascal forever, it could be free versions of the Rascal. Instead of losing out on, to give another great example, the Hovering Inferno forever, what if there were free versions of it? And so what if there were free versions of a duck, you know, a duck, a goose, another waterfowl, and so there's always going to be a similar mob with a similar role in Minecraft, but we get to decide what it's going to do. I think this is something people would really love. Like if Minecraft was going to update just one biome, like they kind of did with the Mangrove Swamp, or they kind of did with the Cherry Grove, wouldn't it be great if we were the ones who picked that one biome? I think it would really help people out in that same way. And so what if they did this with a mob? They know they need to add a new mob for a particular place they're bringing in. What if we got to choose how it works? I think that could be a fun idea, and that could be where they're going with this year's mob vote, because they always are trying to make the mob vote less divisive and more fun, and indeed more good PR generating, which isn't what you get when people go too crazy. Speaking of going too crazy, I want to quickly move into this next comment, because the Kenster 9086 says the thumbnail change really worked. Saw the video earlier and scrolled past, but once I saw it of the new thumbnail, I clicked on it without a second thought. Here is the video he's talking about, by the way. This is the old thumbnail, and this is the new thumbnail. Wow, isn't it so much better? Something I want to be really cautious of here is, like, I do believe that, you know, a lot of very bad videos on YouTube can do well with a good thumbnail, and a lot of very good videos on YouTube can do very bad with a poor thumbnail, and so it's important to me to, like, learn about that, and so I will change the thumbnails of videos sometime, but I want to make sure that it's, like, clear here, because I think some people might feel betrayed by that, like, oh, he's trying again to get me with the same video, and so I wish I could change it so only people who already hadn't seen the video would get the new thumbnail, and, you know, like, it'd be a better way to see new people, like, from scratch, but if you ever do see a thumbnail change, I'd swear it's not just an attempt to make you click the same video. It is something that I'm trying trying to do to make sure that more people see what I think are pretty good videos. Like, for example, I searched 1,000 Minecraft seeds is a video I really liked, but no one was seeing it because the old thumbnail wasn't very good. But this new thumbnail has a click-through rate that went from 4% to 9%. Literally more than double the number of people who see this thumbnail want to click on it and find the video, and statistically, a lot of those people enjoy it. And so is it worth doing? I think at some point you dive into this debate too hard and it starts becoming about free will, which is something I really struggle with because, yeah, honestly, at some point you do want to decide what you're going to watch, but you can only do that with information that's presented to you. And so when this thumbnail explains the concept clearer than this thumbnail, you think to yourself, well, yeah, now I understand what it is and I want to click it. But in reality, you would like to believe that you're making the decision purely based on the content, but it's like judging a book by its cover. The phrase is literally, don't do that. There is a big widespread saying about it, but we all do it anyway because that is the only real way to judge something you don't know. And so speaking of judging things we don't know, I have an interesting set of comments here because Mandalorian Mama says, OMG, I hope they turn down the loudness of the freaking water sound. I love when people say freaking, by the way. It just sounds so funny to me. Like, it's not something that anyone in my life has ever said as a alternative to swearing. Like, to me, it's either swear or don't swear. That middle ground of like saying a word that sounds like one but isn't is just, it's funny. I feel like it's just a cultural thing I'm not a part of. Speaking of cultural things I'm not a part of, the water sound, if you don't know, is what happens when you jump into water post 1.20.30. If you haven't heard it yet, then oh boy, listen to this. This is me placing some blocks, and that was me jumping into water. This is me jumping out, and this is me removing more blocks. Oh, it's so loud. And so, yeah, this is something a lot of people do have issues with, and it is something that they did change in 1.20.30 to make parity with Java, but they didn't get the audio levels just right, which is one of the issues I guess they have to deal with. I do think this is a bit of a problem that doesn't just apply to the noises, by the way. There's also issues of spider spawning. There's also issues with lag and freezing. A lot of people are having all sorts of generation issues with 1.20.30, and this is a weird reminder to everyone that no matter how long Minecraft works in a beta, there's going to be some weird issues that seem to come into it, which to me seems like a good reason to move faster. Like, obviously, it's important that Minecraft fix bugs, and so try and report any bugs you do find on the bug tracker, but I also think it's very important to say that, like, wow, even with an extra month to release an update, it still comes out as one of the buggier ones, which is why it's so important that 1.20.40 fix that, but I'm also not convinced that that is what we're going to see. So hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully, we do in fact see that fixed, but I'm not too sure right now. Speaking of not being too sure right now, I don't know why this glitch exists. It's existed forever. I can crawl underneath the carpet, but if I go in there with my minecart, then things break a little bit. Speaking of things that aren't fixed, by the way, I'm going to be starting a brand new ultra hardcore survival series on the seed where there is no end. This is something I'm incredibly excited for. I'm going to be doing it as like blocks of days, so we're going to do 25 days as one series at your stream and then follow it up like that. So it should be a fun series to watch along as a video afterwards. But yeah, I'm going to leave a link down below to the stream so you can click it. You can click remind me so you know when it's coming out, and you can also watch the stream trailer, which we're going to be using for the entire thing. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Either way, I hope you all enjoyed this week's Q&A Saturday, or Q&A Sunday. You know what, Saturday and Sunday got flipped around this week. I've been very busy. I've had some family around this week, but I've been trying to make it work, and I hope that you've been enjoying it regardless, because if so, I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and which is going to be the Let's Play tomorrow, followed by D&D on Tuesday. So it's going to be an exciting week, so I'm looking forward to seeing you soon, but for now, goodbye.